for your Makwa Daily Update TV versus and number channel. So I'm hit out the number subscribe or like a share my wanna pay semi betty so your beauty Jimrani and that Jim when semi mukuti to money the etodra. Aye, Rajon Doman Mahama didn't a pro bo eku pium a brana Muslims AD or 91st anniversary. A national convention and media mission on a for a dom. Domudi na 2024 about for idea be butu because a dompa a 2D papa na chenati for you mungu mienti 7 band ya kahubia enso yen bedom
Isasalese John Dramani Mahama so ekupie mu ewo eye dwumadie bi ase na no eye yenuanu muslimifo ye Islamic community no na odi dwumadie bi a eneyi na o celebrate 91st annual national convention of the Ahmadiyya Muslim mission na chese omudwumadie omudi no na chese bibie ekoso 100 years of Islamic revival in Ghana na Isasalese John Dramani Mahama etumi kopie mu ewo dwumadie na se na de kwase nyina no ebetie ni ahwe de yekoso ewo dwumadie na se abra Isasalese John Dramani Mahama ekopie mo ewo ho no ye behwe ne ekoso ewo dwumadie na se Dramani Mahama bosu kena ba kope na chese Ahmadiyya wonjumadia wudi na modiam Muslim mission wonjumadia wudi no na Isasalese John Dramani Mahama bosu kena ba kope champion ba kope wachi obi ani ho biem na chese dwumadie no na ogina mo dendende ate ase dress kama ahye ne che ate ase wa mia ba bi atoso ate se wo yesremni ba na wa hwe emema edina chiese se de ne security no emu aye din ye papa ya chese wo hwa obi anwo se papa we oba abo no oba incoming president of the Republic of Ghana on agentia eje fans obi apeso wo chia no se papa wo na wo ba angels no kora de ka na 100 million angels no wo chi obi ode ne sabo na come see Christ ene de mi na mini konsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wo se na mi na mini papa no onie onima trodi ma no so ne guo mu mayafia omo eboje ne so no John Mahama ye John Mahama ye na just say be bia wa ma John Mahama Isasalese John Dramani ma we dey report for his spirit no once say mo asesa kura power ne change the wind of change na has a blow isabe wo hu say posifu edi na chi ene spirit no e mo say tawe ene ko bu achemo ne COP retired Bright Oduro mo ene akologo ne aya Muhammad Alasa ne John Kudalo mo omu be dia che bidia na chese na be bia ye den bia ewu Isasalese be ma won ye ho ofeka hwe na tikoti se obi anim be ma na ho ofesi post ni odi na chi no wati ase ala e post ni odi na chi no wati ase hwe post ni edi na chi no wati ase John Mahama ono eno no ye tie sema Isasalese John Dramani Mahama wodi tu bia no say ka say na ni dwumadie kura odi John Mahama welcome address no ye hwesi ni sikoye.
We must have peaceful elections. We must have security services that are neutral, security services that are loyal only to the state and not to any political party. And that is why I find strange the police service disassociation from the statement made by one of their own about the role of the military in elections. And I think he was right. The primary responsibility for election security is that of the Ghana Police Service. The Ghana Police Service is responsible for the task force that makes sure that elections are peaceful. And they invite their sister security services to participate. And so if somebody says election security is the baby of the police service. It's true. It is their primary responsibility. But because there are 40,000 polling centers and we do not have 40,000 policemen in this country, the police service alone cannot do it. And that's why they invite immigration, fire service, and prisons to join them. And they invite the military too, but the military are not primarily responsible for election security. The military are deployed in particular locations, and they are only called when the police service cannot handle a situation. And so if somebody says the primary responsibility of election security is for the police, and as he said, the election security is the baby of the police service, I agree with him. He's right. It's the primary responsibility of the IGP and the police service to provide us with security. And other security services complement their efforts. And particularly the military, they're not supposed to be in polling stations, they're not supposed to be in collation centers, they're supposed to be deployed in safe locations and are called only when the police cannot handle a situation. And so I find it strange the police dissociating themselves from this statement.
Abare se wate. Ukwa befa police service na bobo. Wada no hu show boy in the police service. Ukwa we IGP abaye, regional commanders in Kasa, regional PROs in Kasa, district commanders in Kasa. Crime rate no kwa na ekoso. Bibia na aka hye dem din yebo obi tuo pay. Yemma eye press briefing bia yese wo ye de ne call crime scene ho no wa mabiem enwa na ekoso in the police service. Dampare aba be Ghana police service. Dampare wa Ghana police service no. Oka amanfo ma wonka na de yi dampare ba ye PRO so nyina adwuma gu. Adwuma ama ba mo besa kasa mo be ye mo adwuma. Mahama ba mo besa kasa eye Ghana for na be decide the all win 2024 elections o enye dampare enye CDS enye army commander sa eye na adum appointees no dampare mo ne eye CDS ne army commander mamo na nwene de biara da said the momo pene no na wo say ye ho the will of the people, the masses, Ghanaians momo nya mo dampare ne vote ye one and eye CDS boss vote ye one army commander vote ye one wo bia ntimi change the Ghana for no epe Ronest amisi odi tuo beje ye no emela so hand over no o hand over peacefully na do de enema fo ne nema tantan a waye e wo Ghana bakosemu under the Fourth Republic hu bi da se beto abane nipa wotwe ewu ne besi ne dampare ne nkofo ntimi prosecute obia
eti for uhwe ensama ekoso man Ghana pa attempts ya mbita se MPP for eye kasa no mope ana se atorosem no ena ye omode so mbeba Ghana for enim no motwa because nimi bo ha yakoso a ano eden and to answer the show
kunipa just like that what's need to me for to know that koko ne girlfriend were do obi ankasa ho ayedin what's new yamani tuo so onfa nko boban etuo na de ma ne so onfa nko boban no ne girlfriend e friend ma adwo were dum wo de tuo na ko bone kono dan pare so mo obi ankasa nto won te egu abe Ghana police service Pierre ayedin and yeah enlistment the police service ya won't take advert hey no protocol there's a criminals egum omu pia na omu edi bulan van echi dan pare adwuma bone a wo boy anei ama bulan van post 40 me mo ho ban soldier for na bo ho ban and go to the various government institutions office where be we bia na soldier ni gina ho dan pare Ghana police service kaya mawonka na dampare wagu adwuma no service with integrity ni hu bim na soldier ni G uniform aje so kopetele ni wapa mama dampare you name say kelewele eni koko no ocheche kelewele IGP eni ocheche o kan mo mawonka eni o ye IGP ntidie o ye IGP na ne dwumadi a odie no reflect ewo eye Ghana fom a ini se kan adwene kire no or IGP or taxes. Yeah, Jenny, you try at the end of the month. My new how to the people. So Mahama Sadi to just say, I was say, Mujuma Diemono, Omuye neutral, said the Bayer, Jumedi Mudino, you bet him peaceful election in 2024. John Dramani Mahama.
We always talk about peace in our country. We always talk about peace during elections. We must not forget that there must also be justice. Because without justice, there can be no peace. And so I urge that all the faith-based organizations, including Ahmadiyya, you include in your advocacy for peace also the advocacy for justice. Because it is the lack of justice that leads to an abrogation of peace. And I can give two recent examples. We all know what happened during the by-election in our Ayawaso West Wogon. During that by-election, a group of people, masked men in national security uniform, some in police uniforms, opened fire and injured several of our supporters. As I speak, one of them is still bedridden since that time. He was shot in the leg. He has lost use of that leg. And because of that, he is unable to go back to work. And he's had to survive on the little humanitarian support that some of us continue to give him. I mean, for such a person, justice is needed. Yes, the president set up a commission of inquiry. The commission of inquiry gave its recommendations, which asked that some people be sanctioned. As I speak, nobody has been sanctioned because of Ayawaso West Wogon. It also recommended compensation for the people who were injured. As of now, they haven't received any such compensation. And that's why I say, in addition to advocating for peace, we must also advocate for justice.
Justice need a home here. Peace Council for no more peace here. Let's make sure say justice are prevailing. What happened in 2020, no? Justice and prevailing. You don't expect say NDC the Oman Sabeba be secretary be say yon kokon. Adwene boni bi ani yetirim. Ayetra ho e maye nkoyan krofo biem. Be boy ho ban. De ewo yetirim ye fa meto abontene. Ye kose ewo yetirim. Ye be boy ho ban ye nkyere ne kwan ye be fa so ye be boy ho ban. Anse ye kwan bibiri ye fa so boy ho ban. Samuel okumo kan wo mafunu kabo mu kan de mo be kan e wo Ghana ha. Kwan ye be fa so ye be boy ho ban de eno de ye ni ayasem. NDC as a political party. But the aka ha. Say sa peace one part agreement no. Peace Council we omonye responsible Ghanaians. I'm saying it without fear or favor. They are not responsible. Omoni don't need to maybe they are there for their parochial interest. Omofunu omodwene ho. You hear the big names calling themselves the clergy, calling themselves men of God. Massa, be and why you no na podue kura no different mami yembae. Mone musuban ne mone ye moye wasase su ano. Eni hu de mode ye kɔ. Me tra o masofo bia medada me. Me tra o medin kese bia na wonim no we wo ye sofo ho anwan, we wo ye imam ho anwan da bida. Imam ametimi so ka asum bia sem national chief imam Dr. Sheikh Shaributu. So no office wo kura no areme ya mo MPP 40 say areme ya no mo send office wo. I'm saying it without fear or favor. Me tena ma Professor Mate emetena say Peace Council wo beka bibia kire me apostle onyina wo beka de. Wadane ne ho adia mo bia hu say wo ye MPP ni when the National Cathedral board so a ne ma fo koso a board no secretary okura passport me no with different names I say okura diplomatic passport. Criminal things and kwan koso. Just I sort and what light ministry. Or no, or the board no subi. Kata asesane prayer koso nyina o subi. Nei or part of a baumia ni campaign team na tonsu no ka ho. Kote ese akofa asamojan. Be campaign team member. Credibility be na asamojan ho. Nessa my beto obia no kosi sei. One sentwe ni bi nya asem na nse a court afan so on 1 million Ghana cedis no what me atua so nam no wotete munyina na yeka masema na monti ase o MPP bo ato 2010 FIFA World Cup obo penalty share wonu akobo nam wiem ka kirem sa akọ MPP ni adwene boni woni tim na monti ase jabeshi munyina ne mahu mugu Black Stars samoja yete ya no captain 2014 o heme yesesa sika se yentu omo bono susu omomo na mama Elvis free ankra agidi mbone de sika gu play mo kokotu ya ansa na mobo so fo akwa enete Ghana ha oko Avicus tournament ye ko ba ye scared that's why $7 million mo ye budget of $8.5 million na mo de call in class 4 Nigeria population 214 million Ghana 32 million Nigeria budget what they call in 1.3 million uko nya $4 million the coffee crazy for managing the affairs of this country and Ghana football Samuel Jamu na good Black Stars obo boasa ma atame sete so obeji ndi onhye 2015 AFCON Ghana Cote d'Ivoire penalties ni yi afrim boboasa ma eye Mahama anya ni monyam de ebe yi afrim adwem bonfo nko ene monde Abraham kan omu
yada masese moje brewo daily update TV afi so comment section ho ya mode mo leave comment na notification bell click so say drop any content bia so sa abeka bia da mas